beautiful rising, y'all. Welcome in, y'all. We get ready, y'all, for your daily guidance. We're going to get into the energy, y'all. Different location this morning, y'all. Getting a little relaxation. Today starts Pisces season, y'all. Let me know how you feeling. You know, Pisces is very intuitive energy. My son is a Pisces. He's such a quiet, sensitive spirit, but that he is so intuitive and he like pays attention to everything. Let me know if y'all got Pisces in your charts, if your children. Let me know how y'all feeling this morning, y'all. So today is actually going to be pretty good, y'all. Today starts Pisces season. All right, so this is about aligning the magical, fated connections when it comes to love, when it comes to really listening to your intuition too. I love Pisces because it's that water energy of just, you know, being real calm and relaxing the energy. Very intuitive. All right, so there's a couple of transits that's taking place today, y'all. So at 10:51 is when the sun officially enters Pisces. So that's going to shift the energy toward more compassionate and deep emotional conversations. All right, at 1:28, the moon is going to trine Jupiter, which is going to bring a lot of optimism and luck. This is the perfect time to go on a date or just share your feelings with people, right? If it's your loved one, it's your children. Because of the Pisces dreamy energy, it's a good time to have those conversations, difficult conversations, right? That you don't want them to go left. All right, if you don't want the conversation to go left, then today's a good day to have it, all right? At 6:07, the moon is going to link with Mercury, and this is going to really be a time to harmonize the feelings and the emotions, all right? So we're going to get into the energy, y'all. How this new year treating y'all? How y'all feeling? Give me one word in the comments. Make sure y'all listen to the moderators, and we're going to get into this energy, y'all. Sipping on my coffee this morning. All right, y'all, let's get into the energy. All right, let's tap in, y'all. We're going to start with the energy oracle deck. See what it is that you need to know most at this time. All right, what is today bringing the collective? What is our morning guidance? All right, what is the morning guidance? Oh, damn, y'all. Yin-yang coming out first, y'all. Oh, here y'all go, child. That's all I can say, child. Now, y'all know this yin-yang card is the top twin flame card of this deck, but it is also about your internal balance, right? This card never comes out until it's time. I don't get this card out often, right? So this is telling you that now you have harmonized your own internal masculine and feminine energy. This is beautiful, y'all. Why? Because it's the year of the horse. God said, look at the bottom of the deck. Stop playing, y'all. This is the year of action, right? This is the year that we are now walking into. Literally, y'all, just yesterday. What was yesterday, y'all? The 17th. What is this card, y'all? The 17th. I can't make it up. This 17 is action, y'all. I love it, right? It's taking action on what it is that you've manifested, y'all. The number 17, 1 and 7 is 8. 8 is about manifestation. We literally just talked about this yesterday on the live on TikTok and here as we enter into this lunar new year, right? Which is the year of the horse on the 17th. Y'all, I can't. Right? Here we go. It's right here. All right. This again is because now, though, you found yourself with this balance. I want to go to the guidebook on, well, I might go to the guidebook. Where the hell is the book? Oh, okay. I want to read from the guidebook for Yin Yang. I haven't gotten this card out in a minute, but I know this is about the balance and the duality of who you are. All right, this is represented by the number 22. Now, I told y'all the 22nd is going to be very significant. All right, because the 22nd is when we're having the Twin Flame workshop. This Yin Yang card is the number 22, right? So this is absolutely telling you your alignment. It's passive, active, intuitive, and logic, right? That is the balance of your Yin Yang energy. It's the passive versus the active energy. The intuitive versus the logical, right? So this card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy, y'all, moving into and out of your experience, right? Because we're ending all cycles, y'all. We are no longer those cyclical peoples. You've ended all of these cycles as you move in now the year of the horse, right? Which is about action, right? So it says in the upright position, it heralds a yin signal, right? Where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. What is that? What are you birthing, right? What are you cultivating in your womb, right? What is it that you're manifesting for yourself? External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's especially good time for completion. So wrap things up, y'all. That's what this is about. Wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective. Y'all know that's the feminine energy. So open up to these sides of your nature. Being more and acting is the intention here. So today is about being more, y'all, and acting. Again, action. I can't make it up, y'all. Like action. And it is about your yin energy, y'all, which is your receptivity. It's the balancing of your yin-yang energy, which is your masculine and feminine energy. But how do you balance that as a divine feminine? You have to be in your receiving energy, right? See, the divine masculine, they don't have a problem being in a yang energy. They literally operate from their yang energy, which is their masculine energy. Divine feminine, we struggle because we try to go between the masculine and feminine energy within us, because we feel like if we are too much in our yin energy, which is that more passive energy, that we will be taken advantage of, right? But this isn't the time for that. See, as you begin to move forward in the life cycle that the universe has for you as a divine feminine, you have to be in your yin energy, y'all. That's how you receive from the universe, right? You don't receive from the universe unless you're in your yin energy. So today is about you assessing, are you showing up more in your yin energy or your yang energy? Now, let me tell you, there are many feminines that operate in masculine energy, and there's no problem with that. You just have to figure out what your dominant energy is and be true to it, right? If you are a divine feminine, but you operate more in masculine energy, it's nothing wrong with that. You just have to be true, though, to who you are. For example, if you are feminine, but you operate in masculine energy and you're forcing the yin, you're forcing the feminine energy, then that's not authentic. And that's why you will still feel uncomfortable or discomfort. Anything that you're doing that goes against your natural dispensation is always going to cause you discomfort. All right. So today is about resting, because we are still in this lunar energy. So make sure you drink a lot of water, y'all. Get by the water if you can. That's why I came to the beach, right? Get by the water, salt water if you can. If not, then of course, salt baths, grounding, going outside, hugging a tree, right? So let's get into the energy. I want to get into some clarifying energy. What is it that we need to know, all right, at this time? Ooh, child, your channel song is for the love of you. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's see what it is that we need to know. All right, let's get into your daily guidance. So what do we need to know about this yin-yang energy for the collective on this morning? Living for the love of you, right? That's you taking the necessary actions, y'all, to be what it is that you desire for yourself. Yeah, this is the Venus energy. I love it. Y'all, right up under yin yang. That's yin energy, y'all. The Venus energy is your feminine energy. That is your yin, right? And it's coming right out. So as we look, y'all, at where we are right now, this is love, y'all. Love, romance, right? Beauty, creativity, even the arts, right? This is about you attracting an offer that you desire. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, stop. God said, pick up that deck and look at the bottom. Door to romance. I literally heard, pick the deck up, look at the bottom. When you become what it is that you desire, that's when the door opens, y'all. So the overall energy at the bottom of the deck is door to romance, right? But this is the season, y'all. It was crazy because I was counseling one of my clients, and he's actually a divine masculine, very strong man. He operates in a lot of feminine energy because he loves to do for his mate, right? He loves to give. And I was counseling him the other day, and I told him, look, y'all, feminine energy at the bottom of the deck. And I told him, I said, because you operate in feminine energy, you cannot start giving to these women right away, right? See, no matter if you're a man or a woman, y'all, we all have masculine and feminine energy. And he's the type of person that gives a lot to the women that he desires. But I told him, no, if you operate in feminine energy, you still have to tone that down, because you will even chase away the women, right? So when I was counseling him, that's what I was telling him, right? So in this feminine energy, which is your yin energy, that is you being nurturing, you being creative, right? But you can also exhibit a lot of insecurities if you are wounded, right? So if your feminine energy has been wounded, that will represent a lot of woundings and insecurities, and you will be victimized, y'all. People will absolutely victimize you if you do not protect your yin energy, which is your feminine energy of giving, right? And it's not that you're supposed to give. See, you need to have your feminine energy so that you can receive, right? But it's not for you to be given all the time. And that's what most women or people who operate in feminine energy do not understand. It's still about receptivity, right? It's about your ability to receive, not just about your ability to give, right? And that's the balance of the yin yang. That's not just one, it's both. So a lot of times, you know, we have to be in balance, y'all. We have to be in balance. So whether you are masculine or feminine, if you operate in yin energy, right, that is still your intuitive, nurturing, and creative energy. So as you begin to take action towards the desires that you want, a lot of today, y'all, is going to be that pleasurable energy of romance, love, beauty, creativity, because of the Pisces energy. So if you understand astrology, you'll understand the transits that are taking place. Now, what do we do with that energy, right? Well, that's manifesting energy, y'all. That's when you begin to dream into reality what it is that you desire. That's when you begin to listen to the divine downloads, right? Because they will come all day because you are able to receive it. See, yin energy is simply your ability to receive. And whether that's receiving downloads from the universe, from God, your spirit guides, right? It's still your ability to receive. What does that look like, right? When you're operating in masculine energy, because masculine energy is more about what? Action, 3D, logic, and action, right? Because masculine energy is more 3D, action oriented. They are the ones that take the action, right? But usually when you take an action, you're not listening, y'all, right? When you moving about, you're not actually listening, because action is the transmutation of the energy that you received in the download, right? So it's the download that you need to listen to before you can take action. And I love the way the cards came out, right? Because you want the download, right? And then you want to take action, but you got to do what? Rest first, right? Rest and rejuvenation is what allows you to hear the voice of God so that you can receive the downloads, right? Whatever it is that God is saying, so that you can take action. All right, let's clarify action. What is the overall energy for action? All right, something's going on in the spring, y'all. Beautiful, because spring is right around the corner, y'all. When do we start spring? When is the spring equinox? I think it's March 20th or 21st, I want to say. So maybe 30 days away, y'all. I got a timing card with this action. It says spring, right? Planting seeds, plans, preparation, putting in the work, y'all. And that's what this is about. See, you've already planted the seeds. The springtime, y'all, is when the flowers begin to bloom. That's when you're going to take action. So I'm hearing now, right, there's going to be the energy of the next 4 weeks where now you're integrating all of the downloads that you're receiving from the universe, right? Every message, every sign, every synchronicity that you get. Why? Because we're also going into retrograde, y'all. So as we go into retrograde, which I believe is on the 22nd as well, we're already in the pre-shadow phases, right? So you could definitely have the past people, you know, maybe reaching out. It just depends on where you are in the journey. But let me tell you, once you get into your journey, retrogrades don't affect you like that, y'all. Retrograde is atmospheric energy, right? Atmospheric energy, planetary alignment. When you align yourself as the divine feminine or the divine masculine, when you are aligned with God, those transits do not impact you the way they impact others, because your energy is set. Like, your energy is set. You are aligned with the moon, God. You are aligned with the universe. So that's when we hear the term, you're not of the world, you're not in the world, you're of it, right? You're not in the world simply because these world transits do not impact you when you have stabilized your energy, right, with the divine. You know it's retrograde, but you don't go through that stuff. And you know when some crazy person reach out for you, don't answer, y'all. Like, we know it. Like, I got a message. People are insane. I got a message yesterday from my ex-husband's baby mama, talking about how you and the kids doing. Girl, if you don't get off my phone, don't text me. You about to get blocked. Like, I don't play that, y'all. Like, I'm not that type of person. If we share children and that person is crazy, I don't give a fuck about you, your kids, or him. No, I don't do that, y'all. Hey, call me crazy. Just because you have children in common, don't make us cool. It don't make us friends. It make us both crazy at that time because we had children from a crazy person. My crazy has been delivered and I'm not dealing with it. So I don't need to talk to you. Y'all, so it's crazy. So when I saw my phone, she done hit me on Messenger and text my phone. I ain't answering because it's retrograde and we don't have anything in common but children. And your children crazy. So I'm not dealing with you or your children. And just because we share a father of our children don't mean that we need to have no relationship, y'all. So watch the crazies is what I'm hearing God say. Watch the crazies, y'all, because you do not want these people reaching out to you. Why? Because it's your springtime, y'all. See, you planted beautiful seeds, y'all. And now that your flowers are coming into bloom, y'all, everybody sees it, right? See these beautiful pink flowers where you are that flower, right? You are that beautiful flower coming into bloom. And because you are, look, the sun at the bottom of the deck. And people know it, though. They can see it, y'all. They can see your strength. They see that you're coming into full bloom, right? It's your empowerment. It's your heart chakra that is now open, y'all. So you have that compassion. You have the happiness. And people see that in you. So you will have them reaching out, putting their toe in the water, trying to see, what is it called? Temperature checking, right? You will have people that are temperature checking to see if you are still interested in entertaining their shenanigans. Let me tell you something, y'all. If your phone rings, ask yourself, what could this person want with me? And if you know it ain't nothing good, don't answer your phone. What could you possibly be calling me for? To gossip? Well, I don't gossip. To tell me about your crazy kids? I don't care. To talk about mine? You don't need to know that. Hello? So then you realize that why you calling me. I'm not going to tell you about my kids. I don't care about yours. Again. So you begin to evaluate, y'all, people from the start. That is how quickly you need to be able to read energy, y'all. This is the year of action, right? This ain't the year where you can call the lady empath and get a reading. This ain't the time where you can pray and light incense. God is going to give you quick downloads about making decisions. And it's simple things like answer the phone or not. Hello? It's simple things like, should you do this or not, right? It's simple things. And you're going to be able to identify quickly the voice of God. And no, you're going to be like, yeah, no, because you're taking care of yourself. Beautiful. Self-care, right? Self-care. This is about you taking action towards yourself, your energy, right? If you're feeling low energy, if you're feeling depleted, it's time to cleanse. Cleansing, wanting time alone, right? So that you can recharge. Y'all, this is going right into what? Rest and rejuvenation. This is a time for you to understand that you have to care for you, y'all. Nobody's gonna care for you like you care for you. If you're enjoying the video, guys, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I got 19 people watching, only 9 thumbs up. Please give the video a thumbs up as you come in. All right, so this is about you, y'all, taking care of yourself as we're integrating all of the lessons, y'all, of 2025, right? It's 7:37 a.m. 7 is spirituality. 3 is collaboration, right? You've done a lot to work towards what it is that you desire in this year of action. So now take care of yourself, y'all. Don't allow people to drain your energy. All right, so if your energy is low, it's time for you to take some time to rest, rejuvenate, right? Yeah, freedom. I love it. Uranus energy, y'all. Is it Saturn or Uranus that's going into Aries? I can't remember, y'all. But this is the time where this is going to be a 7-year cycle, y'all, of action, though, of taking action towards your passions, towards your visions, towards those things that you know you desire for yourself. This is your freedom, and it's the freedom to do so, y'all. This is you taking the leap of faith, breaking free, and starting new cycles. This is fast change, y'all, with this freedom energy coming right up under action, right? So it's like, take the time to take care of yourself so that as you are taking these leaps of faith to break free, you're creating fast change and new directions in your life. Things are moving quickly, y'all. Quick movement, all right? So that's why you're being led to rest whenever you can, y'all. Rest when you can, because at some point, there is going to be no time to rest. It's going to be all gas, y'all. All gas. So when you can, rest, right? That's why I'm here now. I travel every weekend in March. So I said, let me take my ass somewhere and rest for the next 2 weeks. Because come March and April and May, and then my baby had a baby in June, child, right? So I said, okay, right. Because while you're resting, y'all, what God is having you to analyze about yourself is your belief systems, right? Your belief systems. What are the things that you have held on to that could have been a facade, right? What cycles do you need to break? See, this freedom in Uranus card is about creating new cycles for yourself, but that is about fast change. And a lot of times we are conditioned to expect certain things. And now this is about you resting and evaluating some of your own long-held beliefs as a part of your awakening, right? So now you're taking the necessary time to evaluate what it is that you've believed as a part of your awakening. What is this belief system? Let's clarify belief system. What's belief system for the collective? Oh, shit, yeah. Somebody, you're going to get an apology. I got apology coming up. Somebody may be coming into your energy now. It is retrograde, y'all. So you may definitely have somebody coming back wanting to apologize. Now, if you want the apology, that's up to you. The reason I know this to be true, though, y'all, remember, at the bottom of the deck is Daughter Romance, all right? So as the masculine collective, right, they are where we were a few weeks ago. And that's why I tell my divine feminine, if you are interested in understanding where your person is on the twin flame journey, take the workshop, y'all, because the divine masculine is in the pot of integration for themselves. Many of you think y'all person just done lost their mind right now. Many of y'all like, fuck it, I don't even know if I want this anymore. Well, that's kind of where you're supposed to be right now, because the divine masculine, they are having to face the consequences of their karma, and guilt is absolutely weighing them down. So if you're not hearing from your person, you feel like they going backwards. They are, right? But it's not necessarily going backwards to stay there. They're going backwards to clear the karma, because now they are logical, y'all. So for them, it took us getting into this 17th energy, which is the lunar eclipse, so that they can get the action, y'all, behind them. We are feminine energy, y'all. We are the sovereignty of God. Ours comes by faith. So we had already aligned our faith, y'all, at the end of the year. So our integration period was from December 31st up until about now. They are now in their integration period themselves now. And that integration period is making them face a lot of the decisions to say, dang, why am I not where my divine feminine is? Why is she outpacing me? Because this is you in the springtime, child. You beautiful, you blooming, right? You're glowing, your skin glowing, your skin uncleared up. You are walking in your life force energy, and they feel it, y'all. Even if you and your person are in separation, they feel the fact that the divine feminine is leading with the sun energy within your strength. And it makes them feel like they losing you, right? It makes them feel like they being left behind. It makes them feel like you are outpacing them, y'all. And that's he loony right now, Chastity. You literally like the fifth person, girl. They are, right? Thank God, mine out of that stage. But it is the stage where because they feel like you leaving them in the dust, y'all. See a horse, this action in their energy. Because you are elevating and you growing, they feel like, dang, she outpacing me. Dang, she outgrowing me. Dang, she gonna leave me behind. And when they feel that way, y'all, they get even more quiet. Like, you would think if somebody felt like you was leaving them behind, they would reach out more, right? They show up more. Yeah, no, it really don't work that way. Honestly, what's taking place now is that the guilt of how they showed up last year is weighing down on them. They have to take accountability. Right? They have to take accountability. Yeah, child, Caught Up in the Rapture is your channel song. Stop Playing by Anita Baker. Caught Up in the Rapture. When we met, I always knew I would feel the magic for you. Stop playing, y'all. So your divine masculine knew it, y'all. They knew it. But this is the thing, right? Right now, they are feeling a lot of guilt, right? A lot of guilt for how they showed up or didn't show up, right? In your union. So with the guilt, it's like they will actually hold themselves away even more until God gives them that two-hand shove from the back and says, you know what? You need to speak. Let's clarify. What is this apology? I love you here. You let my love fly free. I want you in my life for all time. Stop playing, y'all. What we talking about? Masculine energy. I can't make it up, y'all. In my life for all times. Caught up in the rapture, y'all. But the masculine energy, they are over here, y'all. Stop playing. My cards don't ever lie, right? Because I channel and the cards only confirm what I'm already saying, y'all. A good channeler or someone who reads energy don't read cards, y'all. The cards come out to clarify what I'm already saying because I channel, y'all. So always remember that if you go into a reader and they got to wait for the card to come out, it's because they just reading these cards. They're really not channeling, y'all. You got to understand the masculine energy, as I was saying, they have to apologize and seek forgiveness for the way they showed up. And if they do not, y'all, we are already now in this lunar energy. So they are feeling the weight, the pressure. The storms of life pass us by. Stop playing. The storms of life pass us by. Anita Baker, y'all caught up in the rapture. So now your divine masculine is caught up in this rapture because we've entered now Pisces season today, which is very intuitive. Check your person's chart. If you have your person's natal chart, see where Pisces is in their chart, y'all, and that will absolutely allow you to see how the energy today is impacting them. Somebody wants to apologize. I want you in my life for all times. They was caught up in the rapture, y'all. See, somebody has to release and purge. Yeah, because this show to inflame. I can't. At the bottom of the deck, girl, that thing says release. But let me tell you, divine feminine, this is the point usually where you release their asses, right? There is a point, y'all, in every journey, and it doesn't necessarily mean 3D separation. It depends on how you and your person are, right? Because some people have businesses. See, the main reason the king and I never went into physical separation is because we got businesses together. We do business together, and we are actually very good friends at the core of our union. So we spaced that shit out. We took space apart. Hey, I'm like, sir, you getting on my nerves, right? So you, divine feminine, you get to the point where you got to release and purge even your divine masculine twin flame so that they can step into their own power. See, the divine masculine will operate in your yin energy because of your feminine energy. Your feminine energy is the sun, which will absolutely cover, right, the karmic storms that they need to face. So when you realize that you become their sun, you become their strength. The only reason you have to release divine feminine and purge is because they have to be their own sun. You can't be their constant motivator. You can't be their constant inspirational. No, you cannot be. You have to release and purge so that they can pull upon their own internal strength, their own. So this is about your surrender, divine feminine, your emotional release, right? You ain't got to release your person physically, y'all. You don't have to do that. Like my king is a king. He fine as shit. You think I'm finna just say, I'm breaking up with you and I'm blocking you? Fuck no. I'm gonna say, hey love, we're gonna take some space so that you can integrate some of the things that you're working on in your life, right? I'm just gonna be over here. Let me know if you need anything. I'm a text away. Just text me if you need anything. I'm just over here, in my world, right? That's all we do. He'll be like, babe, I'm locked in this week. I got shit I need to get through. I'd be like, all right, babe, lock in. I'm right over here if you need me, right? It's not this constant, well, what you doing, what we need, and that's not what divine union is, y'all. Divine union is two people that are showing up in this world doing great things, and the only thing you want is the support of the other person. Now, if you want a soulmate, y'all, go get a soulmate, and that's why you should take the workshop. Soulmates are great. Soulmates, y'all gonna have babies, y'all gonna sit on the couch, y'all gonna play cutesies and footsies and do Netflix and chill and date nights, and you're gonna live a beautifully wonderful life, y'all. But that's not what the twin flame journey is. The twin flame journey is two people that show up to impact change and create the new earth reality. You have to figure out what it is that you want, though. And if you don't want to build a new earth reality, then go love somebody who loves you. Go get your soulmate who is ready for you. Do not trap yourself talking about you waiting on your twin flame if that person does not want the same thing that you want in this world. Sometimes you have to release and purge divine feminine so that you know what it is that you truly desire for yourself. All right, this is your person, y'all. Twin flame, strong soulmate is here, right? Telepathic connections are real, y'all. Spiritual, divine connections. But it does not mean, y'all, depending on, and we're going to talk about that in the twin flame workshop, y'all, because there are several types of twin flame connections. Some will never come into 3D union if that is not a part of your soul contract. And it really just depends on what you want from the union that determines your soul contract. All right, we're going to talk about it. All right, let's see what else is going on with the masculine energy today. All right, we got masculine energy and apology. All right, what's going on with the masculine energy? So as the divine feminine is sitting in her Venus energy, y'all, that is that receiving energy, right? That is that yin-yang energy, right? You are pushing the divine masculine into their masculine energy, y'all. And guess what? Divine masculines, they have to apologize, y'all. Yeah, I love it. Receive and open. See, it's like as you got into your receiving energy, so is the masculine energy, y'all. That's a man on this card. But it says receive, right? Receive, open, opening up, gifts, y'all, assistance. See, this is the divine masculine now opening up to their own spiritual gifts. Again, if you are a twin flame and you feel your person ain't got spiritual gifts, you crazy. How can you be of the same soul and one have gifts and the other don't? And that's when I say, if you can look at your person right now and say, this man ain't got no spiritual gifts, he don't believe like I believe, then it's probably not a twin flame. It's probably a soulmate. Right? Because soulmates will not have the same beliefs, but they can be happy. Y'all can be 20, 30, 40 years married, y'all, with a soulmate and be happy. But that person ain't got no spiritual gifts. That person ain't talking to you telepathically. Well, no, I can't say that. They may or may not, depending on their belief system, right? But I will say this. If you are intuitive, high priestess bitch like me, and you feel like your man ain't got no gifts, then that ain't your person, y'all. You crazy as hell. It's not possible. It's not possible. All right. So the divine masculine, they are opening up. They want to apologize and ask for forgiveness because someone's spiritual gifts are coming online. And that is when the divine masculine gets into their own receiving mode, right? So instead of blocking you out of the energy, right, they are now more receptive to you as well. But this comes with a heart chakra opening, y'all. So as their heart begins to open, then they start feeling the guilt, y'all. See, let me tell you, your king can be in this world cutting a monkey, child. They can be cutting up, doing all kind of low vibrational shit. But at the point that they step into their true divine masculine energy and begin their awakening through the dark night of the soul, y'all, guess what happens? They can feel again, right? The numbing has stopped, the drinking has stopped, the partying has stopped, whatever they be doing back there has stopped, and then their heart begins to open. Well, the first thing you do when your heart can feel again, what you feel? Guilt, remorse for how they showed up, guilt and remorse for not respecting the divine feminine and acknowledging who you are in their life, y'all. They feel the guilt and the remorse, and that guilt and remorse first looks like projection. Because now they mad. They ain't mad at you. They mad at themselves. They mad at how they showed up. So now because your person's heart is opening, they are able to receive and understand that you were open. You were generous. You were a gift that was sent to assist them. So somebody wants to apologize, y'all. And that's what this Pisces energy is about. Two of Cups facing each other, y'all. The attraction. Somebody wants to face you. Someone wants to come face to face with you. Because see, the passion, the feelings are mutual, y'all. This is someone who is absolutely drawn to you. But this is what this Pisces energy is about, divine feminine. So that's why I always start off, even the daily guidance, talking about you. If the masculine energy comes in, that's the only time we pull them in, right? Because this is about you. But when you embrace your feminine energy with this Venus energy, you absolutely get your person, y'all. Yeah. See, you triggering. This came out yesterday in a personal reading I was doing where, yeah, stop playing, y'all. Your channel song is Close the Door, Teddy Pendergrass. But what I'm hearing is you close the door to the old version of you when you stepped out into this year of the horse. Right? That cycle of the old you is over, y'all. And because they cannot reach you on that frequency, it's triggering them, y'all. If they say something crazy now and they don't get the same response out of you, it triggers them. If they put you in the same little cycle and you don't show up the way you usually do, it's triggering. Why? Because now they know they got to change. See, when you would respond to that, hey, how you doing text, and then they took 3 days to respond, right? When you would respond to them one little words, and then they take another 3 days, and now you just stop responding at all. You like, look, don't hit me with this, what you doing, right? Don't hit me with this grand rising, right? And you stop responding. It triggers them because now they can't reach you the same way that they used to, y'all. So the divine masculine collective is being triggered because they can't feel your energy. When you are elevated, right, and you shift to your next timeline, they can't feel your energy no more. Now what they're doing, texting, reaching out, and you like, I don't want to be bothered, because when you do talk to them, they triggering you, and you like, hell no, you can't be triggering me, not in this year, right? So that's when you will begin to see the conflict, right? The harsh communication, right? But God says follow your intuition. At the bottom of the deck, the moon, intuition. Follow your intuition, divine feminine, because all you're doing is triggering them enough to move with you. Where we going, y'all? You triggering them enough to say, look, I can either move with her or I'm gonna get left behind. And that's what you need to do. You show up in all authenticity and you trigger them to be better people. And if they do not, you move on, y'all, with your life. The moon energy, y'all, this is your subconscious emotions, right? But you cannot allow fear, right, or deceit to stop you. Things are not always as they appear. So while you feel like y'all like this, I'm hearing God say, follow your intuition, because what's taking place is necessary triggering. It's necessary triggering for the divine masculine to be able to show up in the way that God is pushing them into showing up. The triggering and the disharmony that you may be feeling in your union at this time is meant to be, y'all. It's meant to be, because now it's no other choices, right? You have to figure out what you want, right? And that's what the divine masculine is being forced to do. Why? Because queen, you've already figured it out, right? You've already figured it out. You know what it is that you want. You are simply now walking, y'all. You are in action, right? They are now integrating, right? They're always slightly behind the divine feminine. So you have entered this year of action and you're integrating the energy. They are having to sit with the grief and guilt so that they can come back and take accountability and apologize. That is the only way your divine masculine can come into full harmony with you. If you keep taking people back without them being accountable for their actions or non-actions and not apologizing, all you're doing is repeating a cycle. Because what did you do any different? They've been doing that. They've been coming back and forth without taking accountability. They've been coming back and forth without apologizing. You have to do something different. And most divine feminines, y'all over it now. I talk to y'all all day. I do life coaching and counseling all day, right? And y'all over it, right? Many are over it. So now this is the point where you got to be like, look, if you cannot give me what it is that I desire, this is the year of action. I'm moving, because your divine masculine feels your energy. So if you over here threatening him and looking back, y'all know how you do. Come on, I'm leaving you, and then you looking back. Come on, I'm leaving you, and then you looking back. He feel that. He know you ain't going nowhere. When you say, I'm out, and you be out, and you mean that shit, oh, he feel it instantly. And then the energy shifts. But a lot of times you feel like you saying it, and maybe you are saying it, but you don't mean it. When you mean that shit and you ready to accept a whole new person into your life, if that's what God brings you, they feel it. But if you over here talking about, well, no, cause no, then they're going to be like, oh, she ain't going nowhere. I feel it. She ain't going nowhere, right? So when you set in your mind that I can do this shit with or without your ass, then guess what happens, y'all? They feel it. And then they become open to receive the gift that you are. Yeah, based on your self-love. Beautiful. Based on your ability to love yourself. If you are willing to walk away from your divine counterpart, they feel it, y'all. And when you realize that, you take back your power. I love it. I love it. I am not taking any more back. When I'm done, I am done. I love it. Right? Because that's you setting your energy free to receive what it is that God desires for you. I told y'all I was counseling one of my divine masculines, and the woman that he was dealing with, right? She just wasn't ready, y'all. She just wasn't ready. And he is a healed masculine who actually operates in a lot of feminine energy. I told him, I say, at the point you let it go, God is going to send you somebody. He let that shit go, went out for Valentine's, ran into this bad chick, bank president on his level, ready for him. I told him, as soon as you let the idea of her go and trying to get her to be ready for who you are ready for, you will get somebody. He let it go, went out that night with his homeboys and ran right into her. Sent me a picture. I said, who is this bad bitch? And he said, I just met her tonight. I say, there you go. There you go. Y'all, as soon as you let go of the idea of somebody finally getting themselves together to be what you need them to be, you let go of that idea. God will send you somebody who was already ready, because he was ready. He had done bought this girl a ring and was going to propose to her, the other girl. And I said, no, she not ready. Y'all only been dating, I think not even quite a year. And he was ready, though. And I tell you guys, y'all, when you're a real divine masculine is ready, it don't take them that long. He is a divine masculine that's ready. He was going to propose to this girl. And I said, no, sir, she ain't ready. Put that ring back in that box and give that shit some more time. And sure enough, he did not. She cut the hell up and he met somebody over the weekend. Ready. Let me tell you, y'all, God sends people to you where you are. but you got to be sure that you want it. And as long as you are still holding on to the idea of somebody who may or may not heal, they may or may not do their work, take the workshop. I can only tell you where your person is based on our conversation. And that's why I'm doing the workshop, right? A workshop is for me to have the conversations with you guys so I can see where your people at, if they doing the work or if they ain't doing the work, y'all. Because if they not doing the work, this is the year of the horse. This is about taking action. Yeah. See, a lot of times it's our own fears and illusions, y'all, that keep you stuck. I don't make it up. It's your own fears and illusions that keep you stuck in a cycle of waiting on someone else. But that's your own limitations, right? Sometimes we overthink, right? Because sometimes it's simply a made up mind, y'all. You ain't necessarily got to lose your person, but you got to make your mind up that you don't want that. And when you realize, or you truly make your mind up that you don't want them in the way that they are showing up, then God gonna say, okay, get your shit together, or I am going to move her completely away from you. God talks to them. You ain't got to tell them. God will tell them, she finna move away if you don't get it together. And if they don't get it together, don't be afraid to move away, right? Do not be afraid to move away. All right. So you have to make a decision at the bottom of the deck, because your spirit guides are here to bring you clarity, y'all, all at the bottom of the deck. Your spirit guides are here to bring you clarity about what it is that you need to do. You just have to make the decision. See, the energy today, y'all, is that of downloads, right? From now until the 22nd. From now until the 22nd, and specifically on the 20th, right? Pay attention to your astrology. Specifically on the 20th, but now, from now until the 22nd, you're going to receive a lot of downloads. So this is what I'm hearing God say. With this rest and rejuvenation, try to not take in too much content, y'all. I told myself that too. Unless it's guidance and astrology, try not to take in too many readings, y'all. Like, I'm not, if you see me, I ain't even posting that much right now, y'all. I do my morning guidance messages and maybe give y'all one more collective reading, because we're not going through all of that energy, because the energy is settling, and all you do is regurgitate the energy while it's settling, y'all. So you have to be cognizant. So I may start doing more just general readings, not so much love, until the energy settles, because you ain't read nothing different, y'all. And God is bringing you the clarity that you need anyway. And now it's time for you to listen, right? See, the clarity may not come the way you usually get it. It's going to come in the silence, y'all. And that's why God is saying, go outside, walk on the beach if you can. I know it's cold where many of you guys are. I'm in Florida, so I can go outside on the beach, right? Or go outside, hug a tree, do something in nature, because your downloads that are going to come over these next few days is not going to be through no damn reading. It's going to be through the downloads that God gives you while you out in nature. You may get the confirmation of what God showed you in the download through a reading, but the download is going to come when you are connected to nature. So make sure that you're resting, right? So that you can hear exactly what it is that your spirit guides, y'all, it says spirit guides, right? What your spirit guides want for you. This is divine guidance, y'all, through what? Signs and synchronicities, your guardians, y'all. And it's going to allow you to make the decision that you've been contemplating. I love it. And that's why I love that the workshop is on the 22nd, because that's the day, y'all. That's the 222, right? February 22nd, 222, which is what? Alignment, decision making. When we go through that workshop, y'all, when you leave that workshop, you're going to be ready to make a decision about your union, and whether that's to continue in a different way or leave that shit behind. You will make the decision, y'all, because that's the energy. That's just the collective energy. That's why astrology is so important. There are certain transits where you don't have a choice. Like the universe, y'all, is literally forcing you to make a decision. The universe is forcing you to make a decision. And now it's just time. All right. It's time for you to make the decision that you've been contemplating when you have relationships that are now triggering you and they're disharmonious, right? You cannot be in a relationship where there's disharmony. So now you have to start with what it is that you desire. What is this, y'all? The year of the fire horse. This is the Ace of Fire, y'all. After all the reasons why is your channel song, right? All the reasons that you have to continue to move on your journey, right? You now have to make the decision. All right, I want to get you guys some advice. So today, y'all, is about resting, rejuvenating, listening to God, listening to your inner guidance, understanding where it is that you're being led at this time. You're going to get a new start, right? You're attracting, you're creating your desires, right? Your new ventures, right? You're getting it. Now it's time for you to integrate the lessons that you've learned. learn. All right. Do not get trapped in your thoughts today. This is your advice. Do not get trapped in your thoughts today. Do not allow your thoughts to keep you or imprison you, right? Free thinking. Open your mind. Do not be in your head, all right? Do not be tempted, y'all. That is self-deception. Do not be tempted, right? Let's get you some more advice. I want to use my other deck. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to do a wind down Wednesday, y'all. We're going to do some couch time tonight. Y'all know I'm at the condo. So I think I'm going to rest throughout the day, y'all. And I think I'm going to do wind down Wednesday. So I'm not going to be live this morning on TikTok, y'all. We're going to do it at 7 p.m. We're going to do a wind down Wednesday. And I'm sitting on the sofa and channel these damn songs that come out, all right? So we're going to see y'all at 7. I'm going to put it on my TikTok story, y'all. But join me at 7 p.m. tonight, wind down Wednesday. We ain't did one in a minute, y'all. So we're going to sit on the sofa, channel some music, and talk it out, y'all. All right, let's get into your advice. All right, what is the collective advice? What is the collective advice? Affirmations today, y'all. Beautiful. Affirmations today. All right. So it says use positive affirmations to reinforce your goals, right? So what it is that you desire, y'all, it desires you. Use your affirmations today to affirm what it is that you want for yourself. All right. Affirmations. All right. Your advice. I love it, y'all. This came out 3 times today. Take care of yourself today, y'all. Today is about self-care. All right. Self-care. All right. It says love yourself. Self-love is the foundation of attracting love from others, all right? Truth, beautiful energy, y'all, truth. Walk in truth today, all right? Walk in truth today. It says, look, live your truth authentically. Somebody read a book today, right? If you're someone, because see, for me, I do listen to a lot of content because I am a reader, but today I'm just going to read books, right? I don't want to hear all of that, right? Because I don't want to hear nothing about the karmics and all of that shit, right? So I'm going to read more books today, right? So if you're someone like me where you're just a constant intaker, I constantly intake information, y'all. That's just who I am. But today it'll just be in a book, right? Versus readings and all of that stuff, right? All right, truth. Living your truth today, all right? Authentically. What did I say, y'all? Nature. I love it. Nature. Get out into nature today. It says connect with nature to ground and inspire yourself. All right. Advice. Compassion. All right. It says show compassion towards yourself and others. And then your last advice. I love it. Empowerment. All right. Your last advice is empowerment. Empower yourself with positive beliefs. That's all you got to do, y'all. Empower yourself with positive beliefs. As a man thinketh, so is he, right? So why not think positive, y'all, so you can have a positive outcome? The world is full of negativity, y'all, as we see with the crazies that be coming on here to this damn YouTube, child. The world is full of the crazy. You be that one positive force in somebody's life. All right, I'm getting ready to get out of here, y'all. Everything you need to know about me is always on my website, thelady-empath1111.com. Make sure you join the Teach Me Tarot Session 1 class on this Saturday. If you are new to tarot, you want to learn how to read for yourself or others and just really have your own personal guidance, take that class on Saturday. If you are on the twin flame journey or you just want to understand more about twin flames versus soulmates versus karmics, take the workshop on Sunday. All right, that workshop is on Sunday. If you want a personal reading, the website. All right, thank you guys for tuning in to your morning guidance. I will see many of y'all tonight on TikTok for Wind Down Wednesday, y'all. Love and light as always, the Lady Empath 1111. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Rita, for always being my best moderator ever, child. Thank you, Chastity, Kyra. Thank you, love. Thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all on TikTok tonight, y'all, for Wind Down Wednesday.